Hola, hola, mis amigos. I'm going to read a story about the Mojave Desert, which is in the United States and is um, in parts of the states of California, Utah, Nevada, and Arizona. And we're reading about the desert because it reminds me of the artwork of Georgia O'Keeffe, who we've been learning about. So, this story is called Mojave, which is the name of the desert. So, here we go. I love the illustrations because it reminds me of Georgia O'Keeffe paintings, and maybe these can inspire you to make artworks as well. I am the desert, I am free. Come walk the sweeping face of me. Through canyon eyes of sandstone red, I see the hawk, his wings outspread. He sunward soars to block the light and cast the shadow of his flight upon my vast and ancient face, whose deep arroyos boldly trace the paths where sudden waters run, long streams of tears dried by the sun. I feel the windstorm's violent thrust. I feel the sting of sand and dust, as bit by bit and year by year new features on my face appear. I like the value that they created, some dark versus light, shadows and highlights in the desert sands there. A nice sunset sky. Great mountain ranges stretch for miles to crease my face with frowns and smiles. My lakes are dry and marked by tracks of zigging, zagging, long-eared jacks. Dust devils swirl and slowly rise. They whistle, whirling to the skies, while tossed and blown in great stampedes are stumbling, bumbling tumbleweeds. So in your desert, maybe you could include an animal or a tumbleweed. And again, I just love the horizon here. The horizon line has mountains in it that go from tall to small. I feel the tread of tiny feet as lizards dart in swift retreat to hide in shadows safe unseen beneath the yuccas spears of green. Here Joshua trees in mighty stands spread twisted arms and sharp green hands above the tortoises who sleep within the shade, then slowly creep across my rocks in armored domes to crawl inside their burrowed homes, and snakes with lovely patterned skin go gliding, hiding deep within my rocky face far from the light, protected, cool, and out of sight. So a cool variety in rocks, good rhythm. And there's the little turtle. Above I hear a raucous cry and see the bold black raven fly on waves of wind to make his way across the endless stretch of day, and just as far as he can see, bushes cover over me. From limestone cliffs to white salt flats, they shelter insects, birds, and rats. And here's some majestic looking clouds, very much like Georgia O'Keeffe's fascination with the clouds. Here silvery mirages dance among the prickly cactus plants, whose spines and bristles help them thrive where weaker plants could not survive. The beaver tails, the hedgehog stout, the jointed chalas reaching out, the barrel cacti, fat and round, all live upon my arid ground. And a little desert mouse hanging out in the cactus. And you can see the little spikes, the prickers on the cactus. And although they are strong and a little pokey, they do have some beautiful flowers that blossom off the cactus too. High on a ridge, wild mustangs stand. They stare across the sun-baked land, and sensing danger, turn in fear to gallop off and disappear. Now that is a nice warm sky, transitioning darker to lighter, and lighter as it approaches that horizon. Atmospheric perspective. Within my valleys ghost towns lie, their crumbling walls personify the dreams of those who used to be, of those who tried to conquer me. Here long ago the miners came to seek their fortunes, and their fame, to find the silver and the gold that deep inside myself I hold. They came to me with lofty hopes, and left behind upon my slopes their burros whose descendants roam on this their harsh adopted home. So, el burro in Spanish means the donkey. So you can see the donkeys off in the distance there. And as the desert seasons change, the hands of nature rearrange my time-worn face with new designs of colors, shadows, shapes, and lines. So colors, shadows for value, shape, line, those are actually all elements and principles of design. And this painting it reminds me so much of Georgia O'Keeffe. This is why she loved the desert. Makes me want to visit too. In wintertime the north wind blows, my mountain peaks are capped with snow, but resting, waiting patiently beneath the frost that covers me, I dream of spring when I can wear the blossoms of the prickly pear, along with flowers wild and bright, and butterflies in joyful flight. Do you see the little butterfly hiding in the flowers? Blends in, camouflage. Good symmetry too. My summer face is cracked and dry, all blotched and flecked with alkali, until the coming of a storm, when thunderclouds above me form, and bursting send their rains to pound across my high unyielding ground, where walls of water grow and flow toward my valleys far below. So cool image here where the clouds are forming a storm, and even some lightning coming down upon the mountains and the dry ground. Very cool. But soon the blazing sun breaks through, and then beneath skies wide and blue, my features shimmer, blurred by heat, till autumn breezes cool and sweet caress my face, now brown and burned, to tell me autumn has returned, to touch the land where coyotes prowl, where coyotes lift their heads and howl. At night they sing their songs to me, we are the desert, we are free. So, amazing value, amazing illustrations all throughout this book. And on my mountain's craggy steep, I feel the hooves of bighorn sheep. From shelf to rocky shelf they spring, their hoofbeats echo, echoing. Another cool wildlife. I am the desert, feel the breeze that dances through the Joshua trees. I am the desert, hear me cry, with raven voices in the sky. I am the desert, I am free, come walk the sweeping face of me. So you can see foreground, bigger, more detailed, darker. Middle ground, medium size. Background, small, toward that horizon line. And perfect transition of foreground, middle ground, background. Lighter at the horizon and the sky as well. So that is the story of the Mojave Desert, and I like it because, one, the story is told as if the desert is talking to us and wrote the book itself. But the illustrations, man, perfect atmospheric perspective, perfect use of the elements and principles of design, but also connects so well with Georgia O'Keeffe and her fascination with nature and the desert in particular. It makes me want to go there and explore and also make artworks. So I hope you are inspired as well. Adios, amigos.